whole lung capacity. And then exhale slowly and completely. And bring awareness to the two gaps between inhalation, exhalation, exhalation and inhalation. So just slow down the breathing as we prepare ourselves in the listening space, Shravana, authentic listening. Come to the space of now, present moment, in restful awareness, ready to receive what Bhagavan Sri Krishna has to impart to all of us in this sacred scripture, Bhagavad Gita. Let us join the palms together, put our hands together in Amajali Mudra, and put it in front of your heart center, Anahata Chakra, and let's invoke Swamiji, our Guru, by chanting the Sadguru Vandanam, followed by 3 times Mahavakya. Take a deep breath. Nityanandam Paramasukaram Kevalam Jnanamutim Dvandvatitam Gagana Shatrisham Tattvamasya Dilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Savvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunadahitam Sadguruntam Namami. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Let us request, send a prayer to Bhagavan Sri Krishna and Swamiji to bless us to receive the secrets of all secrets, Rājavidyā, Guhyaṁ, Yoga, in this chapter 9. With that, let's go to the next slide. So very quickly, we're going to run through what we're going to cover today. So we'll do a quick recap of last chapter for the benefit of people who missed last week's session, and then which is Akshara Brahma Yoga, and then we'll enter into today's new chapter, which talk about secrets of all secrets, and the king of all knowledge, and meeting a master, and he declares, my devotee never perishes. So these are, in essence, what we're going to cover today. So without further ado, let me hand over to Sri Vedavyasa. Nityanandam. You're muted. You need to unmute.
Oh. Shall I start?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay.
Nityanandam,
everyone.
We'll do the mantra.
Let's start with the mantra to invoke Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanūramardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. I salute unto you, Bhagavan Sri Krishna, Guru, Master of the world, Son of Vasudeva, Supreme Bliss of Devaki, Destroyer of Kamsa and Chanura. Now, let us invoke the sacred knowledge of Bhagavad Gita with the mantra. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamrita Varshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadasa Dhyayinim Amba Tvam Anusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshini. Om, I meditate upon you, Bhagavad Gita, the affectionate Divine Mother, showering the nectar of Advaita, non-duality, and destroying rebirth, incorporated into the midst of Mahabharata, of 18 chapters by sage Vyasa, the author of the Puranas, and imparted to Arjuna by Bhagavan Sriman Narayana himself. Now let us start with the recap of chapter 8, which was the previous session. Akshara Brahma Yoga. Here, Bhagavan told us that one who attains my abode will never return. Again and again, Krishna talks about focusing one's thoughts on the divine. A person who understands the different paths that a spirit can take while leaving the body will always be prepared for death. He immerses himself in devotion, yoga, throughout his life for liberation. Please understand, the last thought while leaving the body governs the path that the spirit chooses when entering the next body. Again and again, Bhagavan emphasizes that this thought cannot be divine unless we spend our entire lives in devotional service. Even if we want to think of God during the last time as a last thought, we can't be doing that until and unless we spend our entire lives in devotional service. Sri Krishna says, if one engages in activities with devotion, then he will be there at the time of one's death. He has given intellectual knowledge, Shastra, until now. In the following chapters, he gives deeper level techniques, sutras, to experience this truth. So let us pray to that ultimate energy, Parabrahma Krishna, to give us intelligence and the experience of thoughtless awareness, witnessing consciousness and Atma Jnana. So now, we will start with the chapter 9, Rājavidyā, Guhyaṁ Yoga. In previous chapters, Sri Krishna explains to Arjuna how to act without attachment by renouncing the outcome of his actions to existence. In the last chapter, he enriches Arjuna with an understanding of the process of death and liberation. Now, Krishna reveals to Arjuna the greatest of all secrets, Rājavidyā, Guhyaṁ Yoga, the secret about himself. Here, please understand, Sri Krishna is giving the ultimate secret. Once we know this secret, then there is no difference between the divine and us. Krishna starts here by saying, because you are never envious of me, pravakshyami anasuyave, means never envious of me, I will give you the ultimate secret, O Arjuna. Please understand, once we know this secret, then there is no difference between the divine and us. He decides, I am giving you this secret because, Arjuna, you have trust in me. Arjuna, you are never envious of me. Krishna says again and again, I repeat. Krishna is saying very clearly, I repeat, Partha, again and again, whether you believe it or not, realize it or not, you are God. You are divine. Here, Krishna says, because you never try to achieve my status, I am trying to give you my state. Please understand, first state comes, then only status follows. So he says, because you never try to achieve my status, I am trying to give you my state. The whole universe is intelligence. We should understand that it responds to our thoughts. Krishna transmits the king of all knowledge and all secrets, which is eternal, easy, and joyfully done. But to whom does he transmit? To the one who is non-envious. Krishna promises yoga, success, and kshema, protection. Please understand, yoga means achieving. Kshema means protecting. Both are miseries. Sri Krishna says that the miseries of having wealth and not having wealth, both miseries are caused by material existence that disappear by knowing this secret. God, please listen. Again, Krishna says, miseries of having wealth and not having wealth are caused by material existence, which will disappear by knowing this royal secret. This is the ultimate secret that needs to be understood. He says, knowledge of the secret liberates you. I'll give you the Shastra Pramana, the secret of all secrets. You can chant after I chant. Om Rājavidyā Rāja Guhyaṁ Pavitram idam uttamam Pratyakshavagamam dharmyam susukham kartum avyayam. You can repeat. Rājavidyā Rāja Guhyaṁ
Rājavidyā Rāja Guhyaṁ
Pavitram
idamuttamam
Pratyakshaavagamam Dharmyam Susukham Kartum avyayam. Translation: this knowledge is king of all knowledge and the greatest secret of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge, sacred, and because it gives direct perception of the self by self-realization. It is the perfection of religion, dharma. It is eternal, easy, and it is very joyfully performed.
Great. So here's a question from the seeker. So, Sri Vedavyasa, Bhagavan, Sri Krishna is giving the secret of all secrets to humanity. Isn't he the source of all knowledge itself, based on what he declared?
Yes. He is the source of all knowledge itself. See, he is the king of all knowledge. He says, this knowledge is the king of all knowledge. Not only he is the king of knowledge, this knowledge itself is the king of all knowledge. The greatest secret of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge, and because it gives direct perception of the self by realization, it is the perfection of religion. It is everlasting and it is joyfully performed. It is easy, Krishna declares. As he is the source of knowledge, to become like him, we need to first know what he's talking about this knowledge, what he's saying, and how to internalize it, and how to live it. Krishna declares, this king of secrets is the king of knowledge. Krishna says, I am not even God. I am something more than God. So not only he is declaring that he is the source of knowledge, he's saying he is not just a God. He's something more than God. And he says, whatever you think of as knowledge or God rests in me. all created beings rest in me, he declares. I am God. Krishna reveals the secret only to qualified people. Please understand, he is boldly announcing that not only he is God, he is much more than that, and all beings created are in him. All knowledge is in him. So naturally, you can't share this kind of secret to normal people, isn't it? Only the secret is revealed to qualified people. These secrets can be told only to a person who is really integrated.
Integrity.
Yes. Again and again, throughout the Gita, Bhagavan speaks about integrity, authenticity, responsibility, and enriching with different terminology. We are using these 4 words. He's approaching it with different words, but it's the same thing what he's saying. Here now, Bhagavan is speaking about Shraddha, authentic faith in Master. He calls it Shraddha, we are calling it as authenticity. He lets Arjuna know what kind of people can know the secret. He says, people who do not have Shraddha, faith in Dharma, or his teachings, go back to the path of rebirth without enlightenment, without attaining him. When Sri Krishna says Dharma, he means anything that leads us to a higher level of consciousness. Anybody who doesn't have Shraddha, faith in Dharma or his teachings, he says, they go back to the path of rebirth, birth and death cycle without enlightenment. We cannot attain him. Krishna clearly says, if we do not have faith in Dharma, ashraddhana purusha dharmasyasyaha, we go back to the cycle of birth and death. Mrityu samsara vartamani. So, Sri Krishna gives a technique. He says, have Shraddha, authentic faith in Dharma, and it will lead you to the ultimate. And he says, all rest in me. Krishna starts by me. In my formless form, this entire universe is pervaded. He says, all beings are in me, but I am not in them. He speaks of cosmic intelligence. Please understand, all these are secrets which are being revealed. In my formless form, this entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. He's speaking of cosmic intelligence. Krishna says, how the wind rests in the space, in the same way, the universe rests in me. Don't think space is emptiness, it is energy. See, all of you should understand, what is space? All the collective what is space inside you? all the collective you energy is space. All the collective energy of your, whether it's actions, whether it's thoughts, whether it's everything, collective energy of you is your space. So Bhagavan says, don't think space is emptiness. It is energy. When Krishna says, all material manifestation enters me, he means it enters the universal consciousness. Everything we see and feel using our senses is part of the universal consciousness. Now Bhagavan speaks about how to be unattached. He's saying that he is not bound to this universe. Even though he's performing all these actions, everything, still he is not bound to this universe. Even though this whole universe is within him, he is not bound to this universe. The whole universe is being born out of him and it is getting destroyed. That is the reason he says he is not affected because he is not bound to the universe. Here Krishna says he is neutral. He is in the space of complete completion, the eternal completion. Being neutral means being a spectator. Means everything happens under his supervision. When we become a spectator to our thoughts and emotions, we feel a great sense of liberation. All we have to do is break the shaft that we create between different unconnected thoughts and emotions. We have to unclutch. I'm not saying this, he's saying it. And he's clearly teaching Arjuna about power of our inner self, his inner self. His means Arjuna's. Krishna says, I am the supreme power. He stands unmoved as a spectator. He's declaring he is the supreme power, but he stands unmoved as a spectator. And he's telling us, we create and destroy ourselves. Everything, our happiness, our pains, our fantasies, our sorrows, our relationships are created by us. From a higher level, we influence the whole universe. Sri Krishna shows how powerful we are, how powerful our inner self is. We create everything that we see, feel, and hear. He's telling us that. He's saying, we create everything that is within us and outside us. That is the power of our inner self, he says.
Great. So here's another question from a seeker, Sri Vedavyasa.
Yeah.
So if Krishna, Bhagavan Sri Krishna himself is everything, as he declared boldly, why do people still miss him? Why do people still miss him?
That's a good question. Well, instead of me answering, I should tell you what Bhagavan said. Bhagavan said for this question,
Yes.
Fools deride an incarnation. Krishna says, fools deride me. when I descend in the human form, yajananti mam mudha manushim tanum ashritam, means they do not know my ultimate nature, eternal nature. As the Supreme Lord of all, that is, Mama Bhuta Maheshwaram. I am actually reading out what Bhagavan told. Here, Krishna uses a very strong word. Fools, mudha. He gives a jolt to the ego. Incarnations, enlightened beings, masters, don't edit their words. They speak the truth as it is. When an incarnation lives in his body, people do not accept him. And some even abuse him. People stay away from the living master. And when the master is no longer in the body, people visit his final resting place, offer flowers, and do all kinds of things. Please understand, Krishna does not ask us to follow his form. He is asking us to follow his energy. No, you must have seen, as long as Shirdi Baba was alive, so many people were against, plotting against him. But now see, Shirdi Baba is 911 call. Same with Sat Sai Bhagavan.
It's like history repeats itself.
Yeah, same with Lord Krishna, Bhagavan Krishna. So many incarnations. When they were alive, hardly people and so much they had to deal with. But after they're gone, leave their body, then what is the use? Even today, our Swamiji is standing, one-man show.
Exactly. It's like such parallel.
Nobody knows. Except the devotees, outsiders don't know what he's contributing.
Exactly.
What is the ultimate contribution of unclutching he gave?
Yes.
And he declared so many things boldly, which many other incarnations didn't declare. Many other gurus didn't declare. But today, none of them know the value. But later on, you will see how millions and millions of people will follow. Bhagavan is saying, meeting an enlightened master is the best happening that can happen to us. Now it is up to us to enrich ourselves with enlightenment or miss it. Sri Krishna tells everyone, if you miss an enlightened master, you are a fool.
Indeed. So many fools who left.
And Sri Krishna also speaks about bhakti or devotion. Please understand, Bhagavan says, when devotion reaches that state, they reach the ultimate consciousness. What state? Devotion filled with gratitude and love, without vested interest, ultimate surrender. So Bhagavan says, When bhakti, devotion reaches that state, they reach the ultimate consciousness. And he also talks about the path of jnana, knowledge. He says, mere accumulation of knowledge only increases ego. There are many different ways people worship the divine. Actually, all paths are one and the same. And not only that, here, Krishna says in specific terms what he is, actually what he is. I am immortality and death, he says. I am the ritual. I am the sacrifice. I am the offering itself. I am the herb. I am the mantra. I am the clarified butter which you put in the fire. But I am also the fire. And I am the oblation. He says, I am the supporter of the universe, the father, the mother, and the grandfather. I am the object of knowledge. And I am the sacred syllable of Om. He says, I am also the Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda. I am the goal and supporter. The Lord, the witness, the abode, the refugee, the friend, the origin, the dissolution, the foundation. The immutable seed. I give heat. I send as well as withhold the rain. I am immortality as well as death. I am also both the eternal and the temporal, O Arjuna. God. He is the path. He is the destination. Now, please come to the space of listening. The next verse is the main core that reveals the secret of secrets. Excuse me. Krishna tells Arjuna and all of us. The next verse is the main core. Om ananyas chintayanto ma ye jana paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshamam mahamyaham. Please repeat. Ananyas chintayanto ma. Again, once more.
Yes.
Ananya Chintayanto Mam Ye Jana Paryupasate Tesham Nityabhi Yuktanam Yogakshamam Vahamyaham. Translation. When you reside in my consciousness, always fixed in undivided remembrance, whatever you lack, I give, yoga, and whatever you have, I preserve, kshema. He's promising. He's promising yoga and kshema. Next.
The next question again from the seekers, Sri Vedavyasa. Can you elaborate more when Bhagavan Sri Krishna says by residing in his consciousness, so that the layman can really grasp what he's trying to say?
Yes, sure. See, Bhagavan is very clearly speaking yoga and kshema, means those who always worship me, those who always reside in me, those who have ananyas chintayanto, means the non-dual mood, the space of Advaita, means those who have become me, those who have experienced and who reside in eternal consciousness to them. I carry what they lack and I preserve what they have. I personally take care of them.
So nice.
See, understand, he says, if you reside in eternal consciousness, the non-dual mood. What is non-dual mood? Means who already became him. He says he will take care of you in all ways. Yoga and kshema. He's promising, I give them whatever they want spiritually and materially, and I take care that it stays with them. This is a beautiful statement and assurance, and it's a promise. When you reside in my consciousness, whatever you lack, whether materially or spiritually, I give you that. And whatever you already have, I will protect and preserve it. What an assurance and promise Bhagavan is giving. He says, this is the truth, Rājavidyā. The whole universe is pure intelligence. Please understand. The truth is, the whole universe is pure intelligence. The whole universe is not dead matter. The universe is not an accident. It can respond to our thoughts. Please understand, the whole universe, planet Earth, air, oceans, rivers, earth, fire, or the space, sun, moon, this whole universe is intelligence. It can reciprocate. It can respond. It can react to our thoughts. He's saying, trust that your consciousness is connected to the universe. Continuously, the universe takes care of you. It cares for you. And it's saying, when we take care of our inner space, automatically the outer space showers on us abundance. What a promise! What a promise! And he's telling, universe responds to simple things. Let us chant that. Om patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhaktya upahritam ashtami prayatatmanaha. Let us once more chant. Patram pushpam.
Patram pushpam
Phalam toyam
Phalam toyam
yo me bhaktya
yomi bhaktya
prayachati
prayachati
tadaham yupahritam
Yoprakhritam
ashnami prayatatmanaha
asnami prayata nautanaha
tatmanaha.
tatmahanaha.
Translation: whoever offers me with love and devotion a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or water, I will accept and consume what is offered by the pure-hearted. Means we need to offer with pure heart. The existence, the divine, is so alive that it responds to even simple things. It never asks for big things. If we have true devotion and pure heart, it will accept even a leaf. Any simple thing is fine with whatever we offer with bhakti. And Krishna declares, my devotee never perishes. Now Krishna says, if one is engaged in devotional service, then even if he commits the most abominable actions, he is saintly. He quickly becomes eternal and attains eternal consciousness. He goes on to say that his devotee never perishes. He says, not only I am declaring to you, you declare to the whole world boldly that my devotee never perishes. Wow. When devotion matures, consciousness flowers. Devotion is not simply offering worship daily to Sri Krishna's photograph. When one is a true devotee of Sri Krishna, he becomes Krishna himself. He experiences Sri Krishna's consciousness, where no good, bad, evil, or virtue exists. One experiences true wisdom at the peak of devotion or peak of knowledge. Here now, Sri Krishna summarizes, and he's saying, engage your mind always thinking of me. Final word he's telling, engage your mind always thinking of me. When Krishna says, engage your mind in always thinking of me, he speaks about cleansing the inner space. When our mind is engaged in thinking of the divine, we become divine. The moment we understand this, we relax into eternal bliss. What an easy technique actually. All we need to do is just...
Yeah, only just remember and think of him. Oh, be in love with him, romance with him.
We don't have to do it. Actually, we don't have to do anything. Just think about him, beautiful him, that's it.
Too easy.
Yeah. When our mind is engaged in thinking of the divine, we become divine. We can just relax if we can understand only this. The moment we relax into eternal bliss, the divine takes care of us. Whatever we lack in our life, it is brought to us And whatever we have already, which we have, it will be preserved for us. Nobody will take it away from us.
Mm-hmm.
Naturally, we will experience, enjoy, and enrich both the inner space and the outer space. Once we become that, what will happen? Naturally, we will experience, enjoy, and enrich both the inner space and our outer space. This is the ultimate secret that Sri Krishna reveals to Arjuna. Please understand, all of you, Krishna, Arjuna is not just a devotee. He is a relative, Sri Krishna's sister's husband, Arjuna, and Sri Krishna's childhood friend, mentor, everything. So, Bhagavan is sharing all these in Arjuna's ears. And somebody is overhearing all this. That's how we came to know all this. So, when he is telling to his friend, why will Krishna lie? Why will Krishna tell anything impractical? He's telling to his dearest friend. So understand, he's giving this. That is why it is Guhyaṁ. This is the ultimate secret. So let us pray to the Parabrahma Sri Krishna, the divine consciousness, the cosmic intelligence, to make us understand this Rājavidyā Guhyaṁ, the secret of all secrets, and make us experience the outer space and the inner space with eternal bliss, Nityananda. So here ends the 9th chapter named Rājavidyā Yogah. Secrets can't be told for hours and hours together. Very short and sweet.
Yeah.
Understand?
So, shall we go to the next slide? We just do a few more slides. Okay, so just before I hand over to Sri Virevasa to talk about the coming event. Here we have the latest update. We are in the midst of Paramashivahon level 1, 2, 3 in the global program. So we welcome all the devotees to join some of the programs. Today now is 22nd, so we're on a day 17, right? So we'll culminate to this Sunday, the last day for the 21st day. So Sunday is a special day. It's Kartika Deepam. It's a huge celebration for the Sangha. Let's try right. Next slide. So as you know that Kartika Deepam is a big celebration in our Sangha, especially Swamiji's hometown, Tiruvennamala. So maybe Ma, you want to share a little bit of the story of this Kartika Deepam, since we have a little bit of time.
Sure. I want to share a little bit about this. This Kartika Deepam is a very old, and people from long back have been associated to this auspicious occasion. See, the actual history may not be clearly stated in the scriptures, but a lot of citations have been found in the ancient writings. See, Hindu people respect and have complete faith on Lord Shiva. They consider him as the protector of the world and pray to him at all times. They have a strong faith that he will see to all their sorrows and will take great care of them. He will try to fulfill all the desires of the humans coming to him with prayers. So, this Annamalayar in Tiruvannamalai, the Giri, the hill, is considered as Lord Shiva's great presence. People believe that the huge light lit during 5 p.m. will make people close with Lord Shiva on this Kartika Deepam day. That Lord Shiva will shed all his blessings during this special time of the year. And you know, great care is taken to light this huge fire in this place. Let me give you a little bit, there's a small story. In the earliest Hindu scripture states that the two great deities of Hindu culture, Lord Sri Mahavishnu and Lord Brahma, started fighting among them regarding the superiority. They both thought each one was stronger than the other. To stop this huge fight, Lord Shiva came in front of them and he tried to show his supremacy. He took the shape of a huge fire. Please understand, fire pillar. It's like a big bang, okay? And challenged the two fighting gods to find the end of the fire from the top and bottom. Means they have to find starting point of the fire and end point of the fire. So Lord Vishnu took the form of a boar and tried to reach the end of the fire, means towards the feet, beneath the earth. He failed miserably and came back to Lord Shiva saying that he was unable to find the end of the fire from the bottom. Lord Brahma, on the other hand, took the shape of a swan and flew to find the beginning of the fire on the top side, means where it started. But his search was also in vain and he was unable to find the top of the fire. So Lord Shiva proved, no, not only that, he will take a witness of one flower which fell from the ears of Shiva, that he already saw the top of the fire pillar. And it comes and lies to Lord Shiva that Brahma already seen. This is the reason that flower was cursed. That flower is never used for the worship of Lord Shiva. It's actually a very fragrant flower. In our language, it's called Mogalipu. It's very dear to snakes. You know, for these bushes, snakes always entwine themselves to these bushes. So finally, this flower was cursed because it lied. It was never worshipped. In Shiva's temples, this flower is never used. Anyhow, Lord Shiva proved his supremacy over the two gods and managed to stop the fight between both. So please understand, Lord Shiva actually proved that he is the main god of the earth and there is no use in fighting among other gods regarding their supremacy. He then appeared like hill shape on Tiruvannamalai region. In fact, the names Tiruvannamalai and Arunachala denote holy fire hill. So they also say this Arunachaleshwara is the fire linga. Later on, the kings and famous personnel built a temple on the hill for Lord Shiva. And this festival is celebrated with great marvel now in this particular place. So this is how this story came into, this Kartika Deepam came into celebration. So it's supposed to be very, very sacred. And it's supposed to be, it started when this earth started itself. They say that then this hill appeared, that is how the first earth started. With this big bang, Shiva became, that fire pillar became Shiva and turned into a hill. in Tiruvannamalai. That's why Swamiji always says, any other pilgrimage spot, either you need to take a darshan, either you need to take either you need to be born there, or either you need to die there for liberation. But Swamiji says, for Tiruvannamalai, wherever you are, just by remembering it, you will be enlightened.
Yeah,
just by being in remembrance, you will be enlightened.
Yes.
Smaranat Arunachala, he says.
Arunachala.
Anyhow,
yes.
This is the story about the Kartika Deepam. So we invite all of you, please definitely do not miss this.
Yes.
And if you want any offerings are there, please definitely do it.
Yes. So we're going to have 2 live darshan, one in the morning, 4 a.m. IST, where the lighting of the Bharani Deepam, which is lighting all the lamps. And then in the evening, we also have another live darshan where Swamiji will also be there. There is the Kataka Deepam, where we merge all the lamps back into one. So from one lamp to many, and from many to one is happening on that day itself. So one is at 4 a.m. IST, and then in the evening is 6 p.m. IST. So just bear in mind the timing, so that you can come on live to receive the darshan, where Paramashiva will be there, radiating enormous energy and blessing. So this is what we want to inform all of you. We will also be hosting the event in the Adinam. We will have a Shiva Puja on that day also, just before the live darshan. So we invite everybody to come to the Adinam. If you can, go to the nearest Adinam to celebrate in his breathing space. Okay, so next slide. So I think today we kind of end quite early, so we'd like to thank El.
I have a question.
You have a question? Oh, sorry, we have some more questions. I thought no question. Okay, come on. Whoever have question before we conclude the last slide. If you do have question from this chapter, please post it in the chat. We're more than happy to take any question. Okay. So, Mahajara Shavika say the misery of having wealth and not having wealth, both miseries are caused by material existence, disappear by knowing the secret. Can you explain this secret in reference to wealth? It details in a very simple terms. The royal secret is completion. So, I will hand over to Sri Vedavyasa to read this question and then reply. You need to unmute, Ma. You're muted.
Okay. That's what I'm trying to. Yeah. Okay, let me read the question. This reading. Okay, the miseries of having wealth and not having wealth. Yes, Ma. See, the miseries of having wealth, the sufferance what we have, whatever the conflicts, the fears, and whatever we have, the incompletions we have regarding wealth, having wealth or not having wealth. Both the miseries are caused by this material existence only, isn't it? So he says, by constant remembrance of him, and when we are in the space of Advaita and the complete completion, naturally, the sufferance will disappear. The sufferance will disappear. That's what he is trying to say. It is completion, as you understood. Complete completion. I hope you understood.
You got it? Okay.
Yeah.
Any other question from the Zoom? Anyone have any other question? Please ask.
This one?
Actually, you know what? This is ultimate secret. If you reside in eternal consciousness, he will take care of you. He will protect you, whether spiritually or materially. He will take care of everything. That's it. Over. I think there's nothing to even understand in this.
Yeah,
We
it's just
reside
so
in his
straightforward.
consciousness. Whatever we don't have, he will give. Whatever we have, he will preserve.
Yeah,
All we
so
need to do is just remember. That's all. Nothing else. Over. Done. Finish. So
chop chop
easy.
finish.
Simple.
Simple, straightforward. What is there to ask? It's just so just now, do as what he said. Okay, you have another question?
Kshema means protection.
You protect whatever you.
Yoga means success, basically. See, he's saying if we are constantly in the remembrance of the God, whatever we don't have, it will be given to us, whether materially or spiritually. Whatever we already have will not be lost. He will protect that, and he will protect us. He will preserve it, and he will take care of us all the time.
What
All we
else?
need to do is in remembrance. That's it. Over.
Yeah, such a great, tremendous blessing just to have a
What an
master
ultimate
incarnation.
promise. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so I thank you all for the great participation. As a reminder, once again, from Swamiji's words, he said to have a breakthrough in the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, about Bhagavad Gita, and bring them for the next session. So enrich as many people as possible for this, because this knowledge is too much, to be missed. We shouldn't, just keep that to ourselves. We should enrich the world about this sacred knowledge and how to live, life with so much completion and abundance. So you can download the book if you don't have the printed copies through this link. And then next session we will have is chapter 10, Vibhuti Yoga, which is happening next Wednesday. So I look forward to all of you. And with that, shall we conclude with the Purna mantra? All of you? Yes? No more questions.
Yeah.
So Ma, you can just.
Yeah. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sarvam Sadguru Padarpanamastu. Om.
How the prana enter the body and spread throughout the whole body, and then leaves the body on exhalation. Take a few moments to center yourself with the breath awareness and body awareness. As you breathe, feel the 21 points are also breathing. 10 on your fingertips, 10 on the toe tips, and then your crown chakra, Sahasrara chakra at the head, top of the head. So breathe